I'm Shevonne Newton, and I'm one of the founders and executive directors of Puerto Viejo Esenciales, or PVE as we like to call it. PVE started at the beginning of the pandemic in March, when there was going to be an obvious disruption to the tourism industry in this town, and we knew that the families and the people here were going to be struggling for basic necessities more so than they already are. Pre-pandemic, Costa Rica had a 20% poverty rate, which is about a fifth of its population, and post-pandemic we're at a 30% poverty rate, which is almost a third of its population, 1.5 million people. And the measure of poverty is someone living on less than $80 a month. So it's a very low bar, and we would like to affect that in the future. But right now we have to attack the current problems, which are people in this community literally going hungry because there isn't enough work. What people don't realize is it's not just the expected people that are affected by this pandemic, like people who are directly working for the tourism industry, but it trickles down to everyone from independent tradesmen to gardeners to cleaners. Everyone here is dramatically affected by the lack of tourism. Primarily now we focus on getting monetary donations so that we can take that money and use the connections that we've made with the Old Harbor supermarket in town and the pet food store in town. They give us excellent prices on packages, and we actually are able to call them the day before with our order, and we tell them how many we need in a day. They set it all up for us, they pre-package it for us, and all we have to do is go, pay for the packages, pick them up and put them in our car for our deliveries. So they make logistics incredibly easy. Then we also do the same thing with the pet food store. We think it's really important to help the pets in the family because they are just as equal members of the family as anyone else, and a lot of them are emotional support animals, and we think it's really important that they are not in distress, because when they're in distress, their family is in distress, and so we want to eliminate that as much as possible. We average around 20 to 25 families per delivery. So we show up at the family's house, we deliver them their goods, and they don't have to sign anything or give us any kind of identification, which is actually what a lot of people require for things like this. We just hand it to them and walk away. So we also bring chocolates and cookies for the kids. We think this part's really important because the kids are inevitably feeling the stress of this pandemic, and it's surprising to see what a bar of chocolate or a package of cookies can actually do for the kids to lighten their spirits. And so we think it's a really important part of the delivery process. While we're there, we check on the pets and the animals and make sure that everyone is doing okay. And we do collaborate with the vet in town, and if the pets look like they're in distress or that they have any medical needs, we work with Puerto Viejo Dogs, which is another organization down here that's actually helped us a lot. And they help us get, either free or inexpensive medication and treatment for the animals. There are times that we do get donations from the food bank in San Jose, and actually we just received a very large 6-ton donation from them prior to Christmas, which was amazing. And so when that happens, we do collaborate too with the Chamber of Tourism, who allows us to store the food there. We're able to load it there and keep it there until we're ready to distribute. So we were able to this past week unload everything, and our next 2 weeks will be delivering around 140 to 160 bags of food to families in the area prior to Christmas, which is great. Since we started PVE, we've had great community response to our program. People have been very supportive. We've had a lot of local donations, a lot of small business owners who have reached out. I wish I could list all of the names of the volunteers who have helped us, from driving to food packing to taking phone calls for us. We've had just a great community spirit down here, and that's what's so great about Puerto Viejo. We are officially a nonprofit here in Costa Rica. That just happened 2 days ago, and so that means we can coordinate with other international organizations so that we can fundraise a lot more than we've been able to do. However, since March we have been able to, on our own, just through family or friends, raise upwards of $22,000 US, and we've made over 850 deliveries since March. People can get involved and help support PVE by going to our Facebook page, Puerto Viejo Esenciales, and you can send us donations by PayPal or bank transfer or other methods. If you contact us directly, we can work it out. If this community has taught me anything, it's that when we come together and support each other, we can make real systemic change. So my hope is that if everyone comes together, even people outside of Costa Rica, we can truly help the people that need it the most.